So it's been 2 weeks since my community video has been up. I didn't expect it to be this impactful. However, it proved to be enough to open everyone's eyes. It got so popular that we got PR's attention, Swagger's situation escalated, and Jopede was promoted. I'll try to leave timestamps on the screen so you can skip to those parts if you're already caught up on everything. My video garnered a lot of support from what I can tell is a good chunk of the community. To put it bluntly, my video basically did what it was intended to do. It gained the attention of the community, it opened everyone's eyes, and PR himself commented on the situation as a bonus. To summarize for those who aren't caught up, Swagger demoted a bunch of nobodies, J3 got me banned, and Swagger's a sociopath. Basically everything you need to know. So Placer Builder recognized that my video was quite impactful. He made a comment on my video explaining how he wanted to rework the HMOD system for a while, and then went on to defend Swagger. However, he then later temporarily demoted Swagger and promoted Jopede in his place. So Swagger responded to my video. You can tell how shocked I am by the tone I'm talking in this entire segment, and in good old Swagger fashion, is full of crappy points and him trying to discredit me. This is pretty much just damage control, rather than a counter to my video. It's pretty much rushed badly. For example, half the video is black screen. I'm just gonna skim through what is important and just skip through all the stutters so I'm not wasting your time in this 10-minute video.
The R2DA community isn't lost.
You're right, Swagger. The community isn't lost. And that's solely because you were demoted. Skipping this part because I really don't care about yours or Ricardo.
The two mods that you mentioned in there, they were fired for being extremely inactive.
I only mentioned Eurus and Ricardo in that video because 1, Ricardo defended me during the J3 situation despite me hating on him, and 2, Eurus made a video on you as well, and I thought it would be a great idea to include him in mine, judging by how you responded in his video. I don't even know the other people, nor do I care about them. I only added the full picture because Ricardo and Eurus' names weren't together in a staff news page.
If you would have let Kevin fired, this would not have happened. This is why I wanted him fired. I am concerned about R2DA itself too. That's why I hired about 30 more moderators.
You didn't hire 30 mods because you care about Reason to Die. You hired your friends and anyone that was a girl to flex on other HMods. But hey, doesn't it take all the HMods to agree to hire someone? Doesn't that mean all the other HMods actually hired the 30 people you claim to have hired yourself? Besides, hiring loads of people who end up quitting the next day and not doing their job regardless does not make you a good HMod. You just do it to flex on everyone and say that you're the best, when in reality you're just hiring more people to do a job they don't want or need to do.
As for Lyre is literally the most toxic person you'll ever meet in your life.
This is probably one of the only things that's true in Swagger's video. He then goes on to roast the ever-living shit out of Eurus, so I'll just skip that.
I'm not going to show screenshots of me and PR's chat, because that's very personal stuff, and I'm not going to censor out the name. But trust me, I wouldn't put words in PR's mouth. I'm very certain he would ban me on the spot.
Isn't it part of your job to speak to the community in PR's place?
GoSinister is just flat out lying to you all.
If I was really lying to everyone, then why are there other people coming out with evidence claiming the same things that you have already said, namely your abuse? The only biased person here is you, believing that saying he's lying to you all with no real evidence is a good enough excuse to pad out your argument.
PR, honestly, he doesn't have time to check out this type of crap. He's always either doing in real life stuff or scripting.
Or you could not be the person who's causing the drama, so he wouldn't have to look into it. It's really that simple.
Also, for the lack of empathy, I really like how he adds, despite being with the game for 4 years. Like, that doesn't matter at all. I ban hackers that have been on Reason to Die since 2008.
You use a personal reason that I included in the argument to distract your viewers from the real point, that it was a false ban over a year-old video.
Yeah, I don't understand why you never wanted to be recorded, because you continuously went on to be friends with me for 9 months.
I still wanted to be his friend because I thought he'd be able to change and eventually see this as this was affecting me personally and wasn't taking it as a joke.
Went out of his way to ban me in order to take down my video on him. I also go out of my way to ban hackers, to ban people who post glitch tutorials.
No need to flex or anything, but sometimes I actually do my job just to justify false banning you over a petty reason.
Calls himself the ultimate HMO. You also call yourself the superior cap, so that kind of contradicts yourself.
You also call yourself the almighty Swagger. This is just another attempt to strawman viewers away from the real points I made in my video.
Made half-assed response videos on criticism? I don't think so. I wouldn't consider this lying. Is a text file worse than a 20-minute video?
A video made out of pure rage would be more entertaining to laugh at than a text file made out of pure rage.
I would, but now PR wanted to nerf for all those rules, so some swearing is allowed, some inappropriate stuff is also allowed. So again, you just lied to your own fan base, which is not surprising. Below was exempted because he's not a main chat head moderator at all. We both agreed that we didn't need to do that.
He's still a chat head mod to begin with. Evidence of this is his Discord role. If Below wasn't, then it should be secondary stage mod, or at least have the role removed if he doesn't really do anything.
As for Kazera, he's inactive as hell.
Then he should be demoted for being inactive. Like you said earlier in the video, that the mods who got demoted were justified because they were inactive. Shouldn't Kazera then be demoted for being inactive? Why hasn't anything been done yet?
Corey was later fired though because she made a suggestive picture of herself.
Didn't Jopede demote Corey because you hired her for making you drawings? Why are you making up false reasons to make everyone look away from the real problem here?
I really love how you love this comment with
As a last resort to further discredit me for my video, he goes off to roast a comment section to make himself feel better. Meanwhile, you have all these NPCs here who blindly follow Swagger.
problem is that I made exactly 0 videos while you whine about every single thing I did 3 times in a row. Oh, fun fact, I am a very active head mod. I unbanned about 200 plus users.
No need to flex or anything, but
I care about the community. I just don't show it.
I care a lot about my channel. I just don't upload.
GoSinister literally caused useless drama. False, useless drama. Now I gotta respond to it. Because I'm losing fans left and right.
If you look at your social blade, you basically lost no subscribers around the time I made my video. Checkmate, Swagger. You just lied.
It sucks to have a friend that you helped out via just giving them so many views and fans just for them to backstab you.
This is a part of the video where I'm going to be using some sophisticated math to debunk Swagger's point. Basing my theory on these videos I made years ago, I can conclude that around early and mid 2017 was around the time I was featured in an average Swagger video. Around June I left this channel. This was around the time where he made a video on me and Sandra on my birthday. With the analytics chart here, you can see I barely got any subscribers from the time I was with Swagger, proving that he did not help my channel grow at all. Even if he did, it was so small you can barely see any changes if you looked at my actual sub count, which was below 500 at the time. It would be until I made my Jetpack and Beginner Adventures video that I actually got my channel to spark, and it caused a huge amount of growth. You did not help me, Swagger. You just used me, which hurt me personally. I built my channel by myself, without the help of you, Swagger.
I didn't think my first couple of videos would get so popular in such a short amount of time. I guess it means I did my part on entertaining you all. No, I gave you all that!
Sounds like to me that someone here is having a temper tantrum because I had a good end of the year video. It must suck to be this butthurt. I also recall that you made a comment on the same video you're talking about saying, "You made me and I named you." You sound like such a prick in this comment alone. I also like the fact that when I went back to the same video, I saw that I couldn't find your comment anywhere. Same with other videos that you commented on, with an exception of a few. It looks like you really did take the time to go back and delete all of them for some reason, further proving that you're this sad of a person. And then the rest of the video is just a black screen. On November 28th, Jopede was hired again as a head moderator. Swagger on the same day, however, was temporarily demoted for the time being. Almost a year after losing his admin, he's already making Reason Die Great again. 2 days into his H-mod, Jopede has removed most of Swagger's friends when he was in power. Jopede in a week made the community better than Swagger did in a mere 12 months of being an H-mod. He also went back to old traditions and standardized mod apps again, hiring actual members of the community instead of hiring just because they're friends. He also made the Discord less strict. You can say words that were removed by Swagger, and you can play more music in the PC. I'm personally not in the Discord for obvious reasons, but you know, you can join mine if you want. He can't make up any more excuses relying on Reason Die as a reason to stay as one. He simply ran out of options. And as a bonus, you did not build your map. You had Chellog do the entire thing. Yours did 10% of his map while you only did 5%. He basically put more effort into his map than you did.